Hi, my name is Louis Perlin, and I teach second grade at the Horizon campus of Pinecrest Academy. I'm going to give you some tips and tricks, an introduction to Study Island as a blended learning program that we use. And this is the login page for Study Island. It's most easily accessible through the school's website. So if you go to pinecresthorizon.org, for example, in the Students tabs, you can select Study Island, and it'll bring you to the login page, and it looks like this. Most students' logins are their first name dot last name at Pinecrest, and their password is usually their last name. If you're having any difficulty accessing Study Island, you can definitely reach out to your teacher, and they'd be more than happy to assist you. We can also print login cards that we can send home with students to be able to access Study Island. Just a quick note, if you happen to Google Study Island, or if you happen to access Study Island any other way than through the student website, the student tab at the school website, make sure you select on Study Island for Schools, because that's the version that has been provided for you. Make sure you select Study Island for Schools. When a student logs into Study Island, they have this home dashboard. We call this the student dashboard, and it's easily accessible by clicking home. If you're looking through the Study Island website, you can click home and you can get to the student dashboard, and everything they need is here. So this is one of my students, and I took the screenshot on September 5th. At that time, she had 26 blue ribbons, and she has everything here that she should be working on. This is her assignments right here. Second grade math common core. So she's earning blue ribbons in math. As you can see, there are some topics in math that she can work on. So also, if she were to start a topic and not finish, she can also continue it here. So this is what would happen once the student logs in and clicks on a topic from the student dashboard or from an assignment. So Samantha would click on a topic, real world problems, in second grade math common core, and then this window up here would open up, foundations of multiplication. She can start the practice session. That's when she would work to earn the blue ribbon, or she can also print flashcards by clicking on flashcards. Even there's an option for printable worksheets. Teachers can use the lesson part, or actually students can view the lesson as well if they want a quick review of what they may need to know or what they may need to do in the topic here. This is a newer feature of Study Island. Students are capable of saving their session as they're working through a topic, practice session for a topic. If they run out of time, something comes up and they want to work on their session later, they can save this by clicking Save Session, and then they'll be able to access it later from their student dashboard once they log in. So when a student clicks on a topic and this window opens up, they can click on lesson, and it'll teach them some useful information that they can use to pass the topic. Students don't need to wait for their teacher to teach the material if they're working through Study Island. Many students are very successful, and they enjoy working independently and working ahead of their teacher. And we're happy with that. That's great. It's important to know what a student needs to accomplish to be able to earn a blue ribbon. So anytime that they'll click on a topic and then the dashboard comes up like this, it'll say for most topics that the passing goal is 10 items at 70%. That means they have to answer at least 10 questions in a topic, and they have to get at least 7 of those correct. That's for most topics. If they're taking the diagnostic test, they need to answer 30 items, and they don't have to get any of those correct. It's just a placement. It's just understanding what the student already knows. And then when a student is taking the post-test, they have to answer 20 items also at 70%. So they would need to pass, get 14 correct out of 20. Study Island will end a session on a student when they've answered 10 items. So if they didn't earn the blue ribbon, they'll just have to go in and do the session again, and it takes their best overall. So if they've tried 3 or 4 times, it'll give them a blue ribbon. based on one session having 10 items answered correctly, it's 70%. So we like that. That's awesome. There are a few symbols that you'll see in Study Island that have certain meanings. If you see this one, that's a blue ribbon, and that appears anytime that they earn the blue ribbon. That's a good thing. The caution symbol, it means that the student hasn't had a lot of success and will be referred to an earlier topic. So if they're working on something in 3rd grade, they may be bumped down to work on a 2nd grade topic. It'd be like having a better understanding of nouns before working on the 3rd grade topic of nouns. And so once they've gone to the next topic and they've mastered that, they'll earn the white ribbon, which is right here. And once they've earned the white ribbon, then they can go back and earn that blue ribbon again. We don't want students to think that having to work toward a white ribbon is a bad thing. We want them to feel successful, and that will help them earn the blue ribbon once they've mastered the white one. Building block topics. This is also helping them understand what they're working on. We want students to feel successful. Study Island understands that, and they've given us all these tools that can help them feel successful. So if a student doesn't meet the passing goal, if they're having a hard time passing 10 items at 70%, they can go through the questions that they missed. They can click on explanation, and Study Island will explain to the student why they got the question wrong. In each topic, it chooses questions from a large bank, so they may actually never see another question more than once. Also, when they're completing a set of questions, they can retry the missed questions. That will not always help them earn the blue ribbon. They'll have to start a new session and answer questions over. But we'd like them to understand what they missed, because the material will come up some other time, whether it's in a STAR test or whether it's in a classroom assessment or even on SBAC or another assessment like that. So if your student is really, really having difficulty, there's a couple things that you can try. You can click on the lesson. So the lesson appears after the topic, and it also appears in that dashboard that we were showing where it says the red lesson button. Sometimes going back and reviewing the lesson will help the student be successful. They can go through and view the missed questions, and also they can access the supplemental resources. Those would be the flashcards, the worksheets. And obviously, if there's any more struggling, if there's any struggling at all, please have your student talk to his or her teacher. We're always there. Sometimes we will work with them to get through the topic, because we want students to be successful, and it's important to us, and we're always here for you. I hope you learn more about Study Island, and if you have any questions, I'm available, and anybody else would be available to help you too. Have a great day.